NewRightNetwork. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to New Right Network's original series, SmythTV. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news and wrapping it all up, making sense of it, exposing the fake news media that is the enemy of the people. There's no question about that. Giving you the real news every single night, Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And right after the show is the Wayne Dupree Show. So you've got 2 hours solid, back-to-back, nonstop news and information exposed. Real news exposing the fake news and the enemy of the people. Welcome Monday morning, Monday afternoon, wherever your time zone's at. But welcome. This is the first time you've been on this show. Jump down in the description below. There's a bunch of different links down there. There's one for Wayne Dupree Show right after this, so you can jump right over there. Underneath that is the patreon.com/SmythRadio. We originally, years back, going all the way back 2014, we're originally Smyth Radio and audio only. We've added the video, so we're Smyth TV now. But you can still jump over there, hit the Patreon button. That continues to keep this show going Monday through Friday, folks. Without your help and your assistance, this could not be possible. This is totally self-funded by Patreons. You guys know what Twitter and the YouTubes and the Facebooks have done to us, as well as everybody else, from Mark Dice to Paul Joseph Watson and even Laura Loomer and Alex Jones, all deplatformed and no monetization whatsoever. So that's how we continue to keep the show going. Jump over there, $1 per person, over 15,000 viewers. Folks, that helps the show go. We're not there. I'll let you know when we get there, but definitely jump down. $1 a month is all it takes to continue this show going. And underneath that is the iHeartRadio link. That's where you can listen to the show audio only. And then underneath that, if you are shadow banned, I'm getting a lot of this from other folks, and welcome to the new people who have jumped into Telegram and joined our organization, our group there on Telegram. Get the link, get the app, and then every day that the show goes live, I'll drop the live link to Periscope in the show, as well as all the other different links and the show notes. So you'll never miss a single show. You'll never miss the show notes. You'll also get the link for Facebook, the YouTubes, and the Patreon. And if you are a Patreon, I keep forgetting to talk about this. If you are a Patreon, you get all the show notes early. You get all the links early. You get everything, and you also get to chat with me 24/7. And no other reason why. Just do it. Why not? It'll be a lot of fun. So as we jump into the show, we got show notes going down through the show notes. Each of the individual people that we showcase here that are on Twitter, follow each one of those patriots. I'll let you know who they are, and in the show notes, the link is in their name. So all you got to do is just click their name. It'll take you right over to Twitter, as well as the link to all these tweets that they put out there, so you'll have all the information that you need. And we got some great Trump news over the weekend, guys. Just some really good things. That's what we do here. I'm going to show you what Donald Trump is really doing. Real news. What really is really going on. Backed up with fact, not fiction. I don't sit here and I don't say by unnamed sources or sources familiar with the situation. We don't play that game here, folks. We're not the enemy of the people. That would be the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the CBSs, and the fake news. The ones that absolutely lament every single day with hate and anger and venom for this president. But we've got some great Trump news coming out. Donald Trump coming to Cincinnati, folks. Coming on the first. Oh, we're so fired up, so excited. My cousin and I are going to a meeting with the Trump campaign on Tuesday night. We'll be filled in on the details and everything that will be going on and what role we'll play in the Trump rally on Tuesday. So if you're going, You DM me, hit me up, let me know what's going on. You can email me anytime, 24 hours, 7 days a week, brian@smyth.tv. brian@smyth.tv. Shoot an email out. Let me know where you're going to be at. It's going to be down at the U.S. Bank Arena. He filled that thing last time. U.S. Bank Arena was completely full in 2016. Had his rally down there just before the election. And this on the Google, it holds 17,556 people in the arena. I'm telling you last time, this was 2016. This was before promises made, promises kept. He didn't even have a chance to do that yet. They were just all promises at this point in time. He darn near filled it. I'm going to tell you, there might have been some of the nosebleed sections all the way up the top in the very back and the back. But down on the floor was completely full. So I'm going to say that makes up for it. But there's at least 17,556. That's what the arena holds. Donald Trump did that back in 2016. So I'm beside myself. I'm thrilled to see what's going to happen now. We'll be scoping down there on the floor. I'll be scoping for where we're at. We're going to be helping to sign up new voters for Donald Trump. You know, I mean, that's the drive, guys. We've got to do this. Democrats are doing it already. Democrats are already signing up new voters on the rolls. We've got to continue to do that too. Get out there and make a difference. We're doing this on a volunteer basis, just like our good buddy Scott Pressler doing it on a volunteer basis as well. Get involved in your local county GOP. Find out who you need to talk to. Find out who runs the organizations around you. Get plugged in. They have meetings all the time, and you've got to know what's going on, guys. We've got to have our finger on the pulse of each one of our individual cities to find out what's going on. And if you've been on the show, you know I usually do national news, but today I got a call from an anonymous. She told me not to use her name, so I won't because she's worried because it's a local news story. But for those of you in our private message meetup group, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. But it's close personal person, individual, told me something that was going on in Cincinnati, and I said, you know what? This story actually relates to what we're talking about today. I got the newest members of the AOC squad, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar. I know there's 4 of them. They got more people that I'm going to lump into this clan. It's out of control, guys. We got a woman out of Georgia, that congresswoman. Good Lord. It's just unbelievable how entitled these Democrats think they are, believe that they are entitled. And we've got one right here in Cincinnati that is going to prison. Yeah, guys, I'm going to give it to you. Like I said, I normally don't do local news stories, but since we're doing a local one, congressperson in Georgia, we're going to do one here in Cincinnati too. It just fits. It shoehorns right in with what the Democrats are doing, what Spartacus is doing, Omarosa caught in lies. And yeah, I'm bringing it all out, guys. We're not holding back today. A little bit touch on some immigration issues that actually are good, that it's not depressing and not upsetting. So we'll touch on some things that have happened that the mainstream media news never tell you. We're going to wrap up this show with some MAGA news. Just fun. We're going to start out with some great news, and then we're going to wrap it up with some really awesome MAGA news and things that are going around that people are not talking about. Again, as I said, Donald Trump coming to Cincinnati. Somebody told me about this gentleman, Scott Ford TV guy. And so I checked him out. The guy seems pretty cool guy, so I retweeted him at Real Donald Trump. Cincinnati welcomes you with open arms August 1, hashtag Sunday morning, hashtag Heatwave 2019. It's true, though. It's a little bit of a heat wave. And so I suggest absolutely follow this great patriot at Scott Ford TV guy. Thank you to total strangers, my new friends, and extension as family at NewRightNetwork.
The last 24 hours of my life have been an eye-opening experience on Twitter. I'm trying to follow you back. I'm capped. Twitter won't allow me. I'm so sorry. I'll keep trying. I have followed back a bunch of people. You know, when I shared yesterday that I was going to attend a Trump rally in Cincinnati, a big wave hit. I lost long-time friendships. It hurt. People I've known forever. People I've met. People whose homes I've been into. This is the behavior of Democrats. They freak out, they panic, they flip out. And it's not healthy. This cannot possibly be healthy. You know, in 2016, I distanced myself. And over the last couple of years, and in the last 24 hours, I have been embraced and loved by more Republicans in my life than ever before. And that is a welcoming, refreshing thought. And I'm looking forward to our new friendships, our new connections. And as I travel to your city, we can meet, we can have lunch, we can have a great time, and establish a wonderful friendship. See what I mean? Twitter's great, and so are you. Thank you for taking a chance on me. I'm going to take a step back, take a break from Twitter. My phone's blowing up, as you can possibly imagine, and I'm excited for our new friendship.
Awesome. See, that's what it's all about. Hashtag walk away. Brandon Struck, a great, phenomenal guy out there, started the hashtag walkaway movement. He saw the light. He had a paradigm shift. Now we got our good friend Scott. He's seen the light. He's had a paradigm shift. The hate and the anger is all on the left. There isn't none over here. You guys watching the show often, you know it's we have a lot of fun with the show. We talk about real news, exposing the fake news all the time. And there's a theme here. I know these people. When I said the Democrats, it is not hard to see exactly what they're doing, especially if you stay plugged into the news. And the way that I give you the news, it's just real quick, real boom, boom, boom. And so we don't just dwell on one certain specific topic and beat it up, but we do dwell on what the Democrats are doing and beat it up. And I'm telling you right now, it's just nothing but hate and anger on the left. They cannot win. Donald Trump and what he is doing to make America great. And now we see the Democrats. They cannot talk about any of the positive news that's coming out of the Trump administration in the sense of the economy, the jobs, the First Step Back, which we're going to talk about too. Some big news over the weekend. Women for Trump. All these great, beautiful things. Christians for Trump, pastors out coming. And for those of you who are new, I'm an absolute follower of Christ. And I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump we've never had a president that was more pro-Christian than we have now. And it's exciting and it's phenomenal. And again, Scott, we absolutely welcome you to the Big Ten party of Donald Trump. Donald Trump hijacked the GOP, and now we're completely taking it over, guys. And if you thought that there was any other reason why to love Trump or to thank Trump or to be a big Trump supporter, this weekend, woo! And this, our good friend at Jesse Jane Duff, Trump crashes MAGA-themed wedding, prompting USA chants. They weren't chanting Trump, they were chanting USA. The bride and the groom are blown away that the President of the United States came by to congratulate them as crowd cheers. President at Real Donald Trump loves America and our Keep America Great. And so I got the tweet over the weekend and I tried to break the news as quick as I possibly could. And for those of you audio only, you see as Donald Trump walks up hugging the bride and the groom, and they're standing in front of the crowd just cheering, chanting USA. And I tweeted this one out Saturday sometime, I believe. Yeah, it was the 21st, and it's at 16,300 views, which is pretty awesome. And that's just what it is, guys. I'm telling you, people are like, why would Trump do this? Because it's a MAGA-themed party, and the news media would blast and making fun of these people for doing this kind of thing. Great photo op. That's all I got to say. Good times. And some other great news having to do with Donald Trump. This, our good friend at Ohio_Buckeye_US. Trump's support among Hispanics and Latinos is real and growing. Majority of Latino Hispanic areas in Southern California are donating to Donald Trump's campaign funds to Real Donald Trump, which is exceeding donations to Democrat candidates. And this right here, Bell Gardens, Bell, Cudahy, Southgate, Linwood, Vernon, Santa Fe Springs, Whittier. Guys, I picked this story because that's where I used to live, guys. I lived out there in California, SoCal, for about 10 years where my wife grew up in Bell Gardens. We lived there in South Central at one point in time in Southgate. Linwood. I stopped in Linwood one time off the freeway to fill up with diesel fuel first thing in the morning. I had a construction company out there. Had a cop pull up to me and with his lights on, and I looked at him and said, what's going on, man? He got out of his cop car, walked up to me, and he said, what you doing here? I said, I'm getting fuel. What do you think I'm doing? And he's like, man, this is a bad neighborhood, man. You probably shouldn't be around here. He was right. I shouldn't have been around there, but, when you're in California, you need fuel. But anyways, back to Bell Gardens, Bell, Cudahy, Southgate, Linwood, Vernon, Santa Fe Springs, Whittier. These are now all dominated by, except for Whittier, but the rest of them, there's a huge domination of Hispanic communities. First generation, second generation that have settled in Southern California. They've completely taken over Compton, and they jokingly call it El Capitan. Now, I'm just saying, so it's a huge Hispanic. Southern California, I'm going to tell you what, guys, Donald Trump pulls 50 states. If Donald Trump pulls 50 states, it's going to be a big smack in the Democrats' face, and it's going to tell them, and it's going to be a resounding to the globalist agenda worldwide that America completely and fully 100% rejects the globalist ideology and the agenda that you have on display. We don't want it. We had 8 years of Barack Obama placating America, the world, bowing down to kings and queens and princes and, the mullahs and everything, the Muslim Brotherhood, all the bad stuff that's in this world. Barack Obama connected to that, and we want nothing. We want no part of that. And as we right here at Smyth TV, doing our part to try and help Donald Trump make America great again, doing our part that once Donald Trump is out of office, having to continue to keep America great with the real news, real information, and exposing these fake news media and the Democrat propaganda. And as again, I said that I am a devout Christian. Go to church every Sunday, take my kids, my wife, love our church community, love our friends and our families that are part of our church, learning new things about the Bible and about Christianity and developing my relationship with Christ as best as you possibly can. But this right here at Life News HQ, Ben Carson, quote, when you look at the principles of Christ, you have to conclude abortion is evil. There's no doubt in my mind that 100% abortion is evil. It is absolute an abomination. I put a video up. Man, it was out of control. There's a young lady who was interviewing some of the feminists who were screaming about abortion and holding up signs, and it got a little bit out of control, and they were screaming at her, yelling at her, and the one woman said that she had been raped, and that's why she had an abortion, and it was just tissue and cells. It wasn't a baby. It wasn't anything. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that went down that way, and I believe that woman is probably protecting herself from believing that it was ever a child because of the devastation that she may have to come to grips with of what truly happened. There are a lot of stories out there of women and men who are fully grown now that were a product of a rape situation. Yet that doesn't define them. And again, why would you punish the baby with murder because a rapist committed a crime? So a rapist commits a crime, and the answer to the rapist's crime is to murder the baby. The feminists just came back at her and started screaming and yelling and said, I hope that you get raped one day. I hope that you get pulled down, and I hope you get raped. This is the new Democrat Party. They are completely unhinged. You Democrats, Pelosi, Schumer, Maxine, all you got, between the three of them right there, there's a century in office between the three of them. Throw Biden in there. You got a century and a half, 150 years between almost between the four of those jokers that have literally gaslit their entire party over the last 40. You got, what's his face? Uncle Joe, been in office for 44 years. This is out of control. And they're trying to blame Trump, who's been in office 3 years, for causing all these problems. No, man, I'm sorry. It is you guys, and your party is crumbling. It's being destroyed from within, and it's because of you, your ideologies, your policies, your globalism, and just completely lying and gaslighting the people that follow you. And now they're just totally unhinged. And as we speak of the fake news and the enemy of the people, this our good buddy at Winston Kofefe, ABC's at John Carl, interrupts the Special Olympics participants meeting with President Trump to ask a gotcha political question so rudely.
And Mr. President, if I may, when your supporters last night were chanting "Send her back," why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you ask them to stop saying that? But Mr. President, why did they do it? Why did they do it if not responding to you?
He's answering your question.
Why?
I know maybe you're giving me too much credit. You're used to giving me too much credit. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
As you can see, the new press secretary had to get in between them and trying to push him back. This is the enemy of the people. Can't we get, as Winston Kofefe says, can't we get 5 minutes of non-political stuff as Donald Trump is awarding the Special Olympics? These are individuals with physical handicaps and mental handicaps, and Donald Trump is doing a great thing with these young people, middle-aged individuals, the Special Olympics, and you, fake news, John Carl, not letting go what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said that they should go back to their country, fix their country, and then come back and let us know how that works out. Instead of staying here with all the hate and the anger for this country. Don't be hateful in this country. And if you dislike something that's going on, like we were angry and upset, hope that Barack Obama failed, because of the policies he was putting in place, and the frustration and anger that we had were towards the policies that we're putting in place, and we fixed it. We came back to the voting booths, and we fixed it. That's why we elected Donald Trump. If you don't like America, because America is first, America first agenda. If you don't like America because we're making America great again, you can't lie about the economy. Numbers are numbers. Facts are facts. Can't lie about the unemployment. You can't lie about how people are feeling about this president because it's all right here on display. We know exactly what the numbers are and exactly what people are feeling. And just a little anecdotal. This past weekend, I was out and about. Went to a big little town-wide yard sale. I had my Trump shirt on, walking around with my Trump shirt, my kids, my wife. I'll tell you what, man. We are on the west side of Cincinnati, so it's all good. I was in safe company. But this was a little bit of an uppity area, a little bit uppity. And there was a couple of women who approached me, real short haircut, they're kind of older. It seemed like they weren't related, and I was wondering if they're whatever. I'm not making any judgments, but I'm just saying it looked a little mean, a little rough, and they real somber face kind of walked up to me. And as she walked up, she leaned in and whispered, "Like your shirt." I was like, man, you ain't got to be quiet about that. It's all good. We're on the west side. So, tons of people asked me, thanking me for wearing a shirt, like my shirt. Went to Kroger, people thanking me there, liked your shirt. Went to Home Depot, and it was a little bit of a rough neighborhood. I got no problem, man. Everybody liking my shirt, saying, all right, good deal. So west side of Cincinnati still all in for Donald Trump. I mean, for the people I ran into. But we get back to the Democrats, and it's not, ooh boy, you're going to trigger somebody. And the newest squad Klan members, we've got new ones, guys. And again, I was promised you this in Cincinnati. This has been a story that's been developing for the past few years. I don't know, guys. I'm not really tuned into local news here. I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. I'm more of a national world news level, if you will. I should be paying more attention. Places run by Democrats here in Cincinnati. That's why Mayor Cranley claiming that Cincinnati is a sanctuary city. I don't live in the city, so I don't support that, and I don't financially support it with tax dollars, but I live just outside the city, so we complain about it because it's not truly not good and not healthy for any city, but definitely run by Democrats. And this former Judge Tracy Hunter, dragged out of the courtroom, ordered to serve 6 months in jail. Tracy Hunter was elected to juvenile court, and while she was a judge, she illegally helped her brother to keep his county job. Illegally committed multiple felonies. And all the way back to 2014, she was found guilty, lost her law license, and she's been able to, as Democrat, I didn't need to tell you she's a Democrat. She's full-blown Democrat. As a Democrat, she's been able to stay out of jail, stay out of sentencing for since 2014 till now, for 5 years. So this breaking downtown Cincinnati, first thing this morning, black Democrats, black supporters in the background, courtroom was full. Her body goes limp, forcing the police officer to drag her away. You see as one of the supporters jumped the fence there, the little fence there in the courtroom, had to be arrested and hauled off. This former judge, now convicted felon, Democrat, playing the game, throwing her body limp, forcing them to drag her out of the court, making a scene. And there you can see right there, justice for Judge Tracy Hunter, that says on her T-shirt. Woman is handcuffed, arrested, and being taken away. That's the one that jumped the fence to try and help out Tracy. Guys, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. This is an entirely large black community right here. You cannot behave like this and get away as a Democrat. I'm sorry. It's just not acceptable. And I'm screaming about this and I'm upset about this. This does not look good in the black communities. This is not good. This does not bode well. You've got to understand that the reason why they're doing this is because the Democrat Party, Barack Obama for 8 solid straight years, and then the 5 years of destroying Bush, just destroying his entire administration for 5 straight years. So you got Obama 8, Bush 5, 13 years, and some of those people in the courtroom, maybe in their 20s, early 30s, that's their entire adult life that they've ever seen, they've ever been known. This is the result of gaslighting. You've got a woman, a Democrat, a former judge, now convicted felon, putting on a stunt, making her body go limp and forcing the police officers to drag her away to jail for 6 months to serve for her multiple felony offenses, losing her law license. This is the Democrat Party. These are the stunts that they're pulling. And I'm not just saying Cincinnati. I got a whole bunch of it on display today, guys. This is not one isolated incident. This is what the Democrats have been doing. They've been gaslighting their people. And when their people don't get their way, they react like spoiled brats. That's why we got Antifa doing what Antifa does. Black Lives Matter did what Black Lives Matter did. The walk on Wall Street. This is nothing new. This is in their playbook. It just happened to be in organizations. And now we're seeing, because of social media, thank you, and the technology, now we're seeing it everywhere, that the Democrats, wherever they are, their supportive party members and those that have been removed from office, acting like children when they're caught with crimes. This over the weekend at Real Saavedra, great patriot to follow if you want breaking news. Democrat Rashida Tlaib exploded at then-candidate Donald Trump as he gave his economic policy speech August 8th, 2016 at the Detroit Economics Club.
Home ownership is at its lowest rate in 51 years.
And then you hear somebody screaming in the crowd. And now you see Secret Service approaching her. She's standing up. She's screaming. She's making this. Our good friend at Just Say Truth Now, Linda Evans, posted up this video of Rashida Tlaib leaving, being forcefully removed by Secret Service.
You're crazy!
You're an animal! Get a job!
Hey, Democrats, does Rashida Tlaib represent you too? That woman's crazy!
Absolutely. She's a nut job. She's a wacko. Guys, we've got to get these women out of office. They cannot benefit our country whatsoever, especially acting like this does not. This does not bode well for the Democrat Party. If these are their elected officials, this is bad. And another video of Rashida Tlaib, this at Network's manager, our good buddy Bruce Porter Jr. Here, this Rashida chick again. I think this was during an exorcist. You know who that reminds me of? Reminds me of, and I'm not just throwing Adolf Hitler's name out there just willy-nilly. The Democrat Party has to get their people, their base, excited in whatever way. They have to get them emotional to get out and vote. Donald Trump has to get his people emotional to get out and vote. Anthony Robbins says that people don't change unless they're faced with death. That's a pretty emotional situation right there. So you've got to get your people emotional about topics, ideas, something, right? Well, you've got the Democrat Party attempting to get their base excited and lit up about Donald Trump being literally Hitler, a fascist, racist, dictator, liar, and as she exhibits, similar traits that Adolf Hitler did, this screaming and is ranting and it's raving, and yeah, guys, that's the left. That's what they do. We've got it on full display right here. Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, I'm telling you, these are bad folks, and they do not. Again, Islam is not compatible with any other religion. Islam is not compatible with any other government style whatsoever, and has no business here in America. We had reports over the weekend about Islam in India. It's not part of the show notes, but I just thought about it. A whole organization was arrested and rounded up. They were attempting to overthrow the government through elections. Through bombing and terrorism and elections being elected, changing India's government. It's happening worldwide, not just here in America. And for some reason, they think that this Nazi stuff is going to work. We're not playing that game anymore. And this, our good friend at Echo the Call, definitely a great patriot to follow. AOC claims Trump is allowing neo-Nazi groups to operate freely because that's what Trump's base wants. Wake up to Saul Alinsky rules. If you push a negative hard and deep enough, it will break through into its counterside. Demon rats want a race war. And this at JFNYC1, Omarosa. As a woman of color, it made it very clear that Donald Trump is a racist. Omarosa. I know him personally. Donald Trump's not a racist. And as we highlighted the situation in Cincinnati with an elected official that's now going to jail, this happened over the weekend, went absolutely viral, and our good friend at Jelly_Cat, absolutely a great patriot to follow. Why would someone tell Georgia Congresswoman at it's Serica Thomas woman to go back where she came from? And just so you know, if you don't know, she's black, so an American, so I'm not sure where her ancestry comes from. But she comments that, is she visibly from Sweden, Poland, a Middle Eastern country? Doesn't make any sense. Did this really happen? So the Georgia Congresswoman, and this is why it went so viral, the Georgia Congresswoman took to Twitter to make a tweet and complaining and crying emotionally about something that happened to her. And our good friend Jellycat was responding to Attorney Griggs, who said, we have a serious problem in this country when is subjected to racism in a Cobb County Publix in front of her daughter.
So I decided to go live.
The elected official right here.
Because I'm very upset. Because people are getting really out of control with this.
And this is a great journalist, the one that was attacked by Antifa, at Mr. Andy No. Media Machine has been blowing up the story of this congresswoman who claims a racist white man told her to go back. And now the racist white man standing next to her with the cameras rolling.
To a son of an, I am facing the man that degraded me and berated me, and I'm not crying. No, I'm not. I'm standing right in front of you. And if you know how you made me feel yesterday, if you know how you made my daughter feel,
back off before I call the police.
Call the police right now, because they are looking for you.
I already talked to them.
It's okay. I am so happy that you're here. And I'm happy that everybody needs to see this man that did this to me. And he thinks that he gets a 5 minutes of fame. You think that you're going to come up when you see police, when you see SB 46, you think you're going to come up here and get a spotlight? No, you're not. The only spot that you're going to get is everybody needs to see the man that did this to a woman that's 9 months pregnant.
Are you a state legislator?
Thank you. Nobody is here for you.
Are you a state legislator?
Now we get to hear the man speak.
Exactly what happened.
Can you tell us on camera what happened?
I walked into Publix, bought my 3 items. There were 3 checkout lanes. One was an express. The other 2 were empty. I kept my tongue shut. I walked and paid for my items in one of the empty lanes. This lady I noticed had about 20 items on the conveyor. Okay. I walked up to the 2 customer service associates from Publix, asked them what can be done in a nice manner. They said, corporate policy, we can't do anything, but you as a customer can say something. I took a step outside the store, thought about it, turned around, walked up to Miss Thomas and said, ma'am, not to be rude, my exact first words, pointing at the sign, which shows it on the surveillance camera, which I've seen already. Pointing at the sign, 10 items or less. She berates me after that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but on camera she approached me, came towards me as I took a couple steps back. She said a few words. I do not recall exactly what those words were. I said, you're selfish. She did mention she's 9 months pregnant. I said, it doesn't matter in this case. It has no point on this case. There's 2 empty lines. You don't need to be in the express lane. Then I stated, she said a few words. I stated, well, you're selfish little bitch. I did say that. That's all I said after that, and I walked out of Publix. Her words stating on Twitter in her video, stating I told her she needs to go back where she came from, are untrue. I am Cuban. I am not white.
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's happening, guys. They're eating their own. He's Cuban. He's not white. Not only that, but he goes on to say that he hates Donald Trump. The guy doesn't even like Donald Trump. He's Cuban. He's not white. This woman running for re-election, thinking that this is a good campaign move. With the fake news out there, they may spin this for her, and he does have light skin. However, I had a friend out in Los Angeles that was Cuban. He had a real thick accent, family in Cuba. He was the first one over here, and he's as light as I am. His skin was no different color than mine. So you cannot judge the color of the skin. Democrats, you got to stop judging, being so racist, being absolutely so racist. Speaking about racism and hating on Jews, we got the Democrats hating Jews. That's why we got Jexodus coming up. An absolutely must for Democrat Jews. You got to walk away. Stop listening to the higher-ups in the Jewish community saying that you absolutely have to be pulling the lever for the Democrat Party. Do not do it anymore. You got to walk away from the Democrats. This at KBP225. Spartacus, you're done. Next, this also tagged War Room in it. Trump War Room.
I want to ask about something that you were recently asked, and that is about whether or not you would meet with Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. He's unabashedly anti-Semitic. He said, quote, you said, quote, I don't feel like I need to do that, but I'm not one of those people who says that I wouldn't sit down with anybody to hear what they have to say. Is that still where you are?
Well, first of all, that is completely taking out of context that larger conversation.
Okay, give me the context.
I will not.
Here's the context.
I am.
My question was, would you be willing to have an audience with him concerning that subject matter?
You know, I live in Newark, so we have famous Mosque 25. We have Nation of Islam there. As mayor, I met with lots of folks talking to them. I've heard Minister Farrakhan's speeches for a lot of my life. So I don't feel like I need to do that, but I'm not one of these people that says I wouldn't sit down with anybody to hear what they have to say. But I live on a neighborhood where I'm getting guys on the streets offering and selling his works. I'm very familiar with Minister Louis Farrakhan and his beliefs and his.
I'm very well versed. I know Louis Farrakhan, his works. He's an absolute avid hate-filled individual towards Jewish people. He's a Nation of Islam. That's part and parcel of the Quran. Booker, you're a full-blown liar. You're sitting there on MSNBC, giving cover, giving shade to all these Democrat liars. You're sitting there lying on MSNBC when we've got video footage of you saying the opposite of what you're saying now. Nope, you are absolutely, if you're supporting Louis Farrakhan, which you said you've read many of his works and you understand him very well, then obviously you're racist against the entire race of Jews. I'm just saying. And we talk about hate and racist and Nazis and calling people names left and right. Here's a Democrat fascist, Lori. I wouldn't follow this one. But she posted up this magazine, Stein Kampf, Stern, the magazine Stern, I guess out of Germany. She said, Germans know fascism when they see it. Picture Donald Trump with the Nazi salute and the American flag draped over him. Fascism? Nazism? Donald Trumpism? That's 100% the opposite. Donald Trump is a capitalist. Donald Trump is for free speech. Donald Trump is for right to carry your own arms. Donald Trump is for a competition in the marketplace. Donald Trump is the opposite, doing the opposite of what Islam, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Adolf Hitler, taking people's health care away from them, taking guns away from people. This is the opposite. This gaslighting to the world is not going to work out very well. And this at Lexa_Murica, Trump's not racist, you are lying. Unqualified, useless woman, retweet if Omar is a joke.
We have said this president is racist. We have condemned his racist remarks. I believe he is fascist. I want to remind people that this is what this president and his supporters have turned our country, that is supposed to be a country where we allow democratic debate and dissent to take place. And so this is not about me. This is about us fighting for what this country truly should be.
Okay, now let me give you. She says, we believe he is a fascist. And the definition of fascism. Fascism is a form of radical right wing? No, man. No, this is for Wikipedia. Authoritarian altruism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of oppression, and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which came to prominence in the early 20th century Europe. There's no time. I mean, that's out of control. Right wing. The fact that they threw right wing in there is just completely wrong. There is nothing on the right that is fascism. Mao Zedong. That's the left. The killer of most responsible for the deaths of human lives. We're talking fascism. Talking about Mussolini in Italy that she's talking about. Hand in hand with Adolf Hitler. Buddies. Adolf Hitler actually admired Mussolini until you realize how much of an idiot Mussolini was. And then he was murdered and drugged through the streets by the conservatives. Not the ones that were the fascists, but by the people, the conservative people in that party. Fascism is on the left. This is all they've got. Rewriting history, trying to say that Mussolini had something to do with right-wingedness? No, even Mussolini's granddaughter is either running for office or in office in Italy, and she's on the left, guys. All of this is on the left. This is the rewriting of history, and we're watching it as this party is attempting to rewrite history, rewrite definitions, working with Wikipedia. What do you expect? And as she said, as the way America should be. Remember, Omar, Islam, Muslim, the caliphate, the taking down of America. Barack Obama, we will fundamentally change America. Fundamentally change America. No, don't change what we got. What we got is good. America is great. America is an example, shining example to the world that Christianity coupled with capitalism is unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. And this at GOP chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel, just an absolute supporter of Donald Trump. Very well said here. These four congresswomen detest America as it exists, as it is currently constructed. And this, Stephen.
Let's cut to the heart of the issue. These four congresswomen detest America as it exists, as it is currently constructed. They want to tear down the structure of our country. They want it to be a socialist, open borders country. If you, as Donald Trump says, want to destroy America with open borders, you cannot say you love your country. If you attack border agents the way that Ocasio-Cortez has, it means you have a deep-seated hatred of the nation as it exists. That's why you want to erase its borders, fundamentally transform the country, and in the process, it doesn't matter if American citizens lose their jobs, lose their homes, lose their livelihoods, lose their health coverage, and lose their very lives. There's a gigantic, enormous distinction between Donald Trump saying, I'm going to get on the world stage and put America first in every single thing we do, versus the view that says America should never come first and American citizens should never come first, which is their view, and that's what we're going to take to the ballot box.
Absolutely. This is how we win 2020. Landslide, House, the Senate, Donald Trump taking 50 states. Maybe take California now. This is the landslide that we're talking about. And real quick, let me run through some of the things that are going on, breaking with immigration. This at Jally_cat and the Justice Department. Attorney General Barr invoked 1158A to a multilateral treaty that declares Mexico a safe third country, meaning there's no judges, no lawyers, no nothing involved. It is a done deal. Mexico has been declared a safe third country. Whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. It's been done, Attorney General Barr. So now illegals attempting for asylum, they're coming from the southern border of Mexico, apply for asylum in Mexico and no longer can be coming here. We're now seeing the numbers of people attempting to migrate and apply for asylum going down right now. And this, our good friend at Coca_Bean10. Attention, the Democrats. We know you know, and you know we know you know. But here's Chip Roy breaking the border crisis down, proving to your lefty minions you refuse to fix what we all know you know. Yay, facts. And this at BrightEye777. I'm so tired of the extreme selective outrage of the left. Also, the fake news enablers. Where were all these bleeding hearts when Obama was president? Nowhere. Dear brainwashed people, Democrats don't care about illegals. They just hate real Donald Trump. This is Breitbart.com showing that the people dying on the border is down 20% from Barack Obama. And then at David Melton, a few data points the media ignores. MSM has an agenda to hurt the country. USA has done more good than any country in history. Time to tell the story and the truth. Did you know 2.7 million kids have a parent in prison? 400,000 kids are in foster care. And 765,000 kids are separated from their military parents, not knowing if they will see them again. But the media focuses on 2,000 who are temporarily separated from illegal immigrants. It's right here, guys. New Right Network's original series, Smith TV, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, exposing the fake news. This is where you get it right here, guys. Share the show with your friends, your family. Down in the description below says full show notes. Take the link to the show notes. Share that specific link because that link will have the show notes and the show embedded the video embedded in the show notes so that they can watch the show and go through the show notes. And again, these are the great patriots to follow on social media. And this is the only way you're going to get real news, guys. This is the new news media. This is how we're doing it. And this is what everybody is attempting to do to find the real news. And we got it right here, guys. So let's round out the show with phenomenal, great news out of Donald Trump. What is Trump doing? What is his administration doing? What's really happening? And at Real Donald Trump, the Washington Post story about my speech in North Carolina and tweet with its phony sources who do not exist is fake news. The only thing people were talking about is the record-setting crowd and the tremendous enthusiasm, far greater than the Democrats. You'll see in 2020. At Real Donald Trump, the great state of West Virginia is producing record-setting numbers and doing really well. When I became president, it was practically shut down and closed for business. Not anymore. And this is our good friend at Chat by CC. All 50 states could be doing as great as West Virginia as only the obstructionist Democrats would get out of the way. Hashtag MAGA 2020. Economic numbers reach an all-time high, the best in our country's history. Great to be part of something so good for so many. God, this is what's really going on. The crowds are coming out for Donald Trump in droves, bigger than it was in 2016. And what that means is that we're looking at no candidates on the left. Literally, you got the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the four horsewomen of the apocalypse, stealing all the limelight that any Democrat presidential candidate could have possibly had with mainstream media, and the women are stealing it from them. Pelosi having no control over her party, completely fracturing and splitting. And we showed you here, even in local Cincinnati, Democrats being arrested, acting like children, elected officials having their law license ripped from them. What does it remind you of anybody? Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, no longer allowed to practice law. Wonder why that is. I'm just saying, these are Democrats. I keep finding them everywhere, and they're doing no good to this country. They're really, really hurting this country. So we are all in on President Trump. And what else is going on? The crowds are getting big, and who is in the crowds? And this at Trump War Room, President Trump, look at all those signs.
Look at all those signs. Women for Trump. Wow, thank you. It's a lot of signs. Do you remember last election? Donald Trump will never, ever get the women. Then we got this tremendous number of women.
And this, our good friend at Daniel D'Souza Gill, the lowest unemployment rate for women is the lowest it's been in 50 years under Trump administration. Discussing women for Trump at Fox and Friends First with Heather Child.
He also spent a lot of time talking about how women have benefited during his administration in terms of jobs and in terms of, family. So was that something that we can expect to see throughout the campaign?
Yes, we have already seen that half of his donors this cycle are women. So women are really, putting their money where their political opinions are. We've seen that women's unemployment is the lowest it's been in 50 years. Mm-hmm. And so Trump really is improving our country for everyone, for men and women. Yeah. And women really care about all the same issues as men, health care, our border, all those things. So Trump speaks to them.
And he mentioned the majority of new jobs that have been gained under his administration were, in fact, by women. Yes. So that was interesting. Let's take a look at this poll because we mentioned this off the top. A 50% approval rating for President Trump. So, the group that you're now a part of, Women for Trump is what it's called. I mean, that's a positive thing for you.
Oh my
obviously.
Gosh, yes. No, his approval rating goes up, and it's gone up in the last week, even though the Democrats continue to criticize him.
And Daniel D'Souza Gill, young woman who loves God and supports our president, hashtag Women for Trump, advisory board, frequently seen on Fox News. And she follows the show. So thank you, Daniela. I appreciate that. And we follow you back. Absolutely here to help support the cause, help to support Donald Trump and the positive agenda the positive agenda in making America great again. That's what we're talking about. Donald Trump doing all kinds of things to help people, creating jobs. And now, what else? The First Step Act. We've talked about it. We've showcased it. But now over the weekend, this happened. At Lexa_America, 3,000 federal inmates have been released due to Trump's prison reform bill. It's our good friend over at Fox Business News, Thomas Paine.
Meanwhile, thousands of federal inmates are returning to their families today from behind bars under the bipartisan prison reform bill called the First Step Act that President Trump signed into law last year. President Trump has been pushing for criminal justice overhaul in hopes that those released will get opportunities for such as jobs as part of this second chance hiring program. Joining me now to discuss, Fox News contributor David Webb and American University executive in residence Capri Faro. David, I got to tell you something. Honestly, if this was Barack Obama, this would be the #1 story in the news. We would see families, we would see men walking out of prisons, hugging their families.
Would be there.
People would be crying, and we would be hearing like, this is what America's about, second chances and redemption. We're not going to see that on the nightly news tonight, but it is something.
Well, it matters not only to those 3,000 people, but to their families and the communities. And you would think that 3,000 people in a nation of 300+ million is not that big, but it actually is big. You return them to the right side of the ledger instead of consuming resources and money to house.
And one of those ladies that's been released, this at Robbie Starbuck, a good friend of ours, definitely one to follow, a nonviolent marijuana offender released by real Donald Trump. First Step Act tells CBS, it's impacted my life dramatically. I'm home with my family and my children. It's given me a head start on restoring my life and my children's life. It's just unreal to me. Just telling her story is emotional. The link is in the description below, or in the show notes down there in the description below. It's just so awesome. What Donald Trump is doing, he has a heart for these people. Nonviolent drug offenders. She's been in and out of jail, on and off, and now there's a program in place to help her be successful, to help her succeed. Whereas before she was failing, it's overwhelming. And we got video, the Clintons calling black Americans, predators and putting them in prison, locking up all these dads, and now we've got states across the country legally making marijuana to be able to be dispensed and purchased on the streets in stores. And these guys are in prison? Come on, man. I'm not saying that I think that marijuana is a good thing that we should do or that I think it's a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is states are legalizing marijuana. So how can somebody be in jail for smoking marijuana? You can't be. Get these people back. Get them out of the system. Don't institutionalize these people. Get them back out with their wives. Get them back out with their children. Get them back to work so that they can make something of their lives. Donald Trump, wow. Promises made, promises kept. I had no idea. During the campaign, I kept telling everybody, I said, if Donald Trump does at least 2, 3, 4, 5% of the promises that he says he's going to do, this is going to be an incredible administration that we've never seen before. Guys, he's doing everything he said he's going to do. And yes, Thomas Paine, absolutely. The camera should be on these people being released from prison, showing the reunification of the families and the children and the tears and all the love and thanking Donald Trump over and over and over again for signing this into law. Promises made, promises kept. Guys, you're watching New Right Network's original series, Smyth TV. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, exposing the fake news media, and giving you the real news. Every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, share the show with your friends and your family. Jump down in the description. Now is the most critical time, if there has ever been one, to jump down and become a Patreon. $1. That's all I'm saying. $1 times 15 viewers, 15,000 viewers. That can add up, and that can really help continue to keep the lights on, guys. That's all we're talking about. Become a Patreon and help support new news media. For Monday Motivation, I couldn't be more excited. God bless Donald Trump. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at NewRightNetwork.com.